I'm the best ever. I'm Sonny Liston, I'm Jack Dempsey. There's no one like me. I'm from Nairclaw. There's no one that can match me.
Yo, bounce guy, go off.
I'd like to take this chance to apologize for absolutely nobody. The double champ does what the he wants.
Wilder's in a world of trouble, closing seconds. Can he weather the storm here in the third round?
And the ball to superlative.
Big right hook, lands flush for Cambosos, and that knocks down Teofimo Lopez. We have ourselves a fight.
Khabib Nurmagomedov gets a triangle choke from up top. Gaethje's out, and the fight is over. The triangle choke for Khabib Nurmagomedov.
And Porter gets knocked down. He gets knocked down again. 10th round TKO win. Left uppercut, and then knocks out Leo. It appears he's out cold. The fight is over. It was a counter left uppercut, and just like that, what a left uppercut. I did not see that coming, ladies and gentlemen. I will have to admit, what a fight.
Nice celebration or a 3K video. I don't know, man. To hit 3,000 subscribers in like
Right hook to the body for Campbell. Left hook to the body for Garcia. And that knocked down Campbell. It was a left hook to the body. Campbell on the ground. The count is on. Can he make his way up? It appears he can't get up. Campbell on the ground. Trying to stand up. And the fight is over. Ryan Garcia with a 7th round knockdown. What a performance. Guys, if you haven't hit the subscribe button, we're trying to get to 3,000 subscribers. Do me a favor. Hit the subscribe button. Hit the thumbs up. We're trying to do record numbers today. Ryan Garcia tearing up and crying. What a performance for Ryan Garcia. Welcome. I hope everything sounds normal. I hope everything sounds good. I'm excited to be here. Episode number 14, guys. Trash Talk Mondays. It's good to be back. It's good to be healthy a little bit. I was getting over a cold, so that sucked. But we're here, guys. A lot to talk about today. On the menu, Marlon Vera and his performance. Merab versus Aldo will be this weekend. Costa versus Rockhold. Usman versus Edwards. We'll talk AJ and Usyk as well. Jerica Beneby, thank you. Stop flirting with me because, yeah. Love you. Let's see who's in the chat, by the way. Lavithan 999, welcome back to the stream. Kyle, we will talk AJ Usyk. Plugs, my guy, welcome to the stream, guys. Trey is the comic book man from Simpsons Casual. Let's go. Beta in the building with the same message. I love it. And my guy, Will Ryder, and Windy City, the DC Fight Club member. Thank you for being here, guys. I truly appreciate the ongoing support. Let's get right to it. My man, Chito Vera. Chito Vera. Marlon Vera's UFC credentials. What I want to talk about real quickly, right before we get Trey in here, and then we'll have a back and forth as always. Guys, make sure you hit the thumbs up if you haven't already. Marlon Vera, 12 victories, tied for second most in bantamweight history. 10 finishes, the most in bantamweight history. I think the most knockouts, someone above him. I forget who it was. Was it Dillashaw? I forget. I got to double check. I was looking over that the other day. 10 knockdowns, tied for most in bantamweight history. 6 knockouts, second most in bantamweight history. Guys, it's quite interesting to see Chito kind of climb up the ranks after losing to Jose Aldo. He's been on a tear. Davey Grant, now Dominic Cruz, the Frankie Edgar knockout, the domination over Rod Font. Guys, Chito Vera, I think we got to have a serious conversation. Maybe we will talk about this with Trey as well, too. I would like to hear your guys' thoughts. Whether he needs one more fight or do we just give him the title fight? Does it depend on how Sean O'Malley does? Does it depend on how Petr Yan does? Hypothetically speaking, let's say Aljamain Sterling wins, right? Do we want to see Aljamain Sterling and Petr Yan fight again if both of them win? Right now, I could hold off on that, me personally. Or If Dillashaw wins, then do you want to see Piotr Jan versus Dillashaw or O'Malley? There's a lot of combinations on how we could do this, which gets quite interesting, right? So we'll talk about that. But to me personally, guys, if no one between those four names, Dillashaw, Jose Aldo, or Sean O'Malley, or Piotr Jan, if none of those guys have a better performance than Chito Vera, Dillashaw already fighting for the title, but the others that are aforementioned, if they don't have a better performance than that knockout, listen, Chito Vera has been creating a highlight reel. I think we fast track him and give him the title shot. And that's not even fast tracking. He has put in the work. Right now, I don't think they updated the rankings, but if we look at the UFC rankings, this is before he beat Dominic Cruz. He was above Dominic Cruz already. He was ranked number 5. The only people above him, Corey Sandhagen, Jose Aldo, TJ Dillashaw, Piotr Jan. I think it's time. I think it's time to give him a shot, unless, let's say Sean O'Malley wins, then you do the rematch between Vera and Sean O'Malley. If Jose Aldo does a great job against Merab, maybe you give it to Jose Aldo because he has put in so much work in the UFC. That's perhaps one of the things we could do. Let me catch up with chat real quick. Hear me out. 11 round 2 by Usyk. Listen, I have Usyk winning, and I have a couple of reasons why. How about the Anthony Joshua comment that he made saying, oh, if he wasn't a southpaw, I would have destroyed him. But are you making an excuse already? Like what are we hearing here? Cheeto's a warrior, says Will Ryder. Cruz of Cheeto a warrior, Cruz a fighter. If you know, you know, says, well, listen, Cruz, his chin is gone. Anytime Vera touched his chin, he was getting knocked down. I think he got knocked down twice, maybe 3 times before the official TKO. Dominic Cruz, good movement and things of that nature, but when he gets caught, he just couldn't take a punch. Every time Marlon Vera touched him, he was already touching the canvas, getting back up. But then when that kick landed, it landed on the button. It was perfect, and he was put out. Cheeto's a beast, says Plugs. Guys, yeah, let me know. Does Cheeto deserve a title shot? I'll even make a poll real quick. In the meantime, we're gonna get Trey in here. But let me ask the community that. I would love to hear you guys' thoughts and have a collective idea of what you guys are thinking. I would love to know. Yeah, one more. You can't just make top 5 then get a shot. That's my opinion. He was already top 5. He just had to fight Dominic Cruz, which was ranked number 8. But I understand. And the only reason I bring that up is because I understand what you're saying. But then when we look at the names in the top 5, Aljamain Sterling already beat Piotr Jan. He already beat Corey Sandhagen. So Jose Aldo is a name if he beats Merab. But besides that, Aljamain Sterling already beat the guys above him. So unless TJ Dillashaw wins, then we'll see what happens. But it's a conversation worth having. He needs a loser on the title fight. That wouldn't be that bad either, Triple Nine. I like that idea a lot, actually. I don't know why I didn't think of that. The loser of the title fight, I'm not too mad about that. If O'Malley wins number 1 contender, if Jan wins, Vera gets the shot. Ooh. See, that might be the, personally, selfishly for me, as far as like, if you're writing a script, as far as like for the WWE or something like that, that's the way I would go. If it's just strictly business and not who deserves it more, what's more entertaining, I would love to see Cheeto versus O'Malley. O'Malley kind of shuns at that idea. He doesn't really seem interested in fighting Cheeto Vera again. But if O'Malley beats Piotr Jan and Vera is presented, I would love to see that rematch. And I don't know, that's another conversation worth having. Does Sean O'Malley not want that fight because he kind of fears Cheeto Vera? I'm not saying he does. It's just an idea. Like, is he putting him off because he doesn't think he's that good, or because he lost to him once already? Something to think about. But let's give Trey his 5 minutes. I'm going to be calling him right now, and he'll have his 5 minutes. Episode 14. We're getting better and better by the episode. It truly has been a blast doing these. This is episode 14. By episode 100, I'm assuming we're going to have some fighter interviews and things of that nature. I'm calling Trey right now as we speak. I don't think he sent me a text about him having a problem or anything like that. I hope he doesn't calling you. I'm gonna text him. But he didn't pick up quite just yet. I'll try him again in a second. In the meantime, we'll catch up with chat. Vera put him down with a jab. That's what was alarming. Look, Dominic Cruz, as far as his movement, was nice. Everything he was doing besides his chin was he was winning the fight 2-1. Maybe you could argue 3-0, but he was at least winning the fight 2-1 on the scorecards. He won't get a title fight just yet. Battle of the Blazer says, well, Vera also just hits hard, was going for points. Yeah, that he puts a lot behind his punches, so that could be the reason why he was hurting Dominic Cruz so bad. And then somebody mentioned, Lavathan says, Miller, if Edwards wins, bro. If Edwards wins, this is a conversation that I want to have with Trey. I don't want to give you guys my complete thoughts at the moment. What I will say is I am not sold on the idea that Usman is the GOAT just yet. So I would like to talk about what it means if he does beat Edwards. Then we could have maybe a different conversation, I'll say the least. So we'll talk about that shortly, guys. So much to talk about, guys. Thank you for being here. Hit the thumbs up, hit the subscribe button. I'm calling Trey again to make sure he's good to go. He hasn't picked up, but it says that he's on his phone on Discord. So I want to be fair, give him his time, even though he doesn't really give us any insight, right? Like he doesn't really do much for the stream, right? But no, I'm just kidding. Trey has been a blessing and very helpful growing the podcast. Also, this Saturday, I'll be covering the Usyk versus AJ fight and then UFC 278. So it's going to be a full work day, so to speak, but it's what I love to do. So I truly can't wait. So we'll be here for that. Will Ryder says, Usman easy in my opinion. Edwards didn't even look awesome versus Waj Diaz. Well, great minds think alike, and we usually agree on most things. But what I will say is I think Leon looked good against Diaz. I think why he gets a lot of blame is because in that very last round, he got touched and he got hurt. Besides that, he was dominating the fight. He said he has been working on his wrestling. If Usman can't take him to the ground, it's hard to believe that he won't. But let's just hypothetically say, if it's just strictly a striking match, if Edwards could keep it on the feet and off the ground, I like Edwards' chances. I think a lot of people are overlooking Edwards, and even Usman himself says he's not looking over at Edwards, so which is quite interesting. So we shall see. Morning, boys. My guy, Cole, the voice versus the source. I can't wait to talk to that bum whenever he's ready, but he hasn't answered. I hope he's okay. He said he was good to start on time. So in the meantime, we'll just talk. We'll have a back and forth with chat and just have a good time. Usman lock. Yeah, look, Usman is a safe bet. I mean, I can't blame you guys for saying Usman. I'm just saying I think Leon Edwards has a real chance here. He's been waiting for this fight. What is he on, a 10-fight win streak? Speaking of Leon Edwards. Let's see. Leon Edwards win streak. I should know this by memory, so it bothers me when I don't. But let's see right now. Leon Edwards is on a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9-fight win streak. The fight against Bilal Muhammad was a no contest. He was winning that fight as well, too. So that would have been 10. He's on a 9-fight win streak. The man is dangerous. The man is good. Kyle, welcome to the stream, my guy. Always showing love and always asking me questions on the Discord. By the way, we have community questions. If you have any questions, you can still leave it in the Discord. I'll make sure to respond to that. But Beta and Kyle always coming up through with the questions is in the general chat in Discord. Kyle says Leon will win the first couple rounds and Usman will pick it up and wrestle him to a 48-47 decision. That's a very descriptive pick you have, Kyle, and I like it. We shall see. I'll be here for that, guys. It's going to be a fun day. Usyk versus Joshua. We'll be doing a live commentary for that. Boxing commentaries always do well with numbers. And then we'll do UFC 278. So should be a lot of fun. Miller, is it safe to say that if Khamzat goes 5 rounds, then Diaz wins those last 2? I'm not going to say it's safe to say that Diaz wins the last 2 rounds. What I will say is safe to say is that the longer the fight goes, I don't even know if it's going to go 5 rounds. It might not. The longer the fight goes, the more benefits Nate Diaz. We shall see what happens. Look, Nate Diaz chances. That's one guy I don't like. I don't like his chances. I'm sorry. I don't like his chances at all. Usman could just get his back and throw him around for a whole round. He could potentially just foot stomp him and do what he did, in certain fights. But I think Usman has really grown into his striking, and I feel like he's confident in his striking abilities, and he might want to exemplify that. He actually just came out with an interview on ESPN. Maybe I'll make a short on it, but he talked about, Okamoto asked him, "How do you feel about people potentially calling you the GOAT of the welterweight division?" And Usman says, "You know what? That's relative," which is true, and anybody can have their opinion, but it appears to me that it matters to him when it's all said and done. And I think he wants to do something never done before. He wants to gain a title going up in weight. So I think it does matter to him what people think. And so he doesn't only want to win. And Usman has said that. He said that his most poignant victories came after he got the title, when he beat Kobe Covington. When he beat Masvidal, he had the biggest finishes, the most impressive wins. I think it matters to him how he wins, not only winning, which I respect a lot. A lot of champions aren't like that. I mean, Adesanya, so to speak. I don't know if I could blame him, but it's a little boring the way he manages his fights. We could talk about that as well too. But yeah, so all that to say, I think it matters to Usman the kind of performance that he has, and for that reason, he's gonna have a striking match. We'll see if I'm right. I mean, I've only been right in like my last 5-7 predictions, so I'm on a hot roll. I don't want to get too high on my own horse because might fall off of it. So let's catch up with chat as well too. Edwards might be brushing up on the wrestling, but do we really think he's gonna roll and strike with the new Usman? I think he could strike with the new Usman. I don't know if he can stop the takedowns. That's what worries me. That's what worries me. If he's not able to stop the takedowns, and he has been working on it, but if he's not able to stop them, it's going to be a long night for him, and I don't know if he can. It doesn't matter how much he's been working on it. The level of expertise that Usman has wrestling, and his whole background and years of doing that before the UFC, that's just a skill that's really hard to attain in your more veteran years. And Usman has that explosiveness. Along with that is Usman's strength. It's going to be tough. Having a great time, guys, just reading you guys' messages and having a back and forth. I don't think Trey has hit me up. I hope he's okay. Let me just double check. Let me know when you're good. Sorry, guys. I don't mean to take time away from him, so hopefully I hear the message where he just hops in chat to let me know if he's good. RG13, welcome to the stream, my guy. Welcome back. It's good to have you here. How's everything? Cole says, I got Edwards. Here we go. He says, I got Edwards.
What do you mean by that? What do you mean by that?
I need to know a little more. Cole, what do you mean by that? Why so? If he sticks a grueling wrestling game with speed and tire Usman, he'll have a strong performance. I mean, if he's able to stop the takedowns, I think Usman's striking has improved where it could go either way, striking wise as well too. And Usman's power, if Nate Diaz got touched if Edwards got touched by Nate Diaz and felt it badly, imagine Usman lands one of those straight right hands that landed on Masvidal. That's a little worrisome, is all I could say. If Leon were to win, then I'd say via head kick. By knockout, you say plugs. That's a little risky. That's a little risky take. Leon by sub would be crazy too, but I could see it happening. I just think Usman's ability to scramble Kyle, I don't think he'll ever get on Usman's back before Usman gets out of there, even if you were to hurt Usman. If Costa wins, does he get Whitaker? Do you have a winning Lavithan? That's the question. But if he wins, he possibly. Whitaker is just, that whole division is on a standstill. It's just a weird place to be in right now as far as the middleweight division. Cause where is Costa right now? He's number 6. He beats Rockhold. It gets quite interesting. Above him is Pereira, Brunson, Vettori, Cannonier, Whitaker. I don't know if you give Costa that fight. It could lead to an interesting fight. I wouldn't be as opposed to it. I think it matters the kind of performance that he has is what makes it interesting. By the way, guys, we're almost at 6,000 subscribers. The shorts, those videos have been doing phenomenal for me, guys. So guys, keep hitting the thumbs up, keep subscribing if you haven't already, and we'll talk shortly. I think Trey messaged me there, bro. My freak, like 5 minutes, I'll be up there. Just Trey hit me up, so he'll be ready in a second. I think Leon and Nate are both going to get ragdolled. Listen, that opinion is a very likely opinion. I wish betting websites had that option. Like, will these guys both get ragdolled? A -110. Like, I'll probably take that because it's very possible. RG13 be here this Saturday, by the way, too. Usman is on point with his striking. Edwards can defeat Usman through draining his cardio. If he can make Usman work, it'll be interesting because look, Colby, whether you love him or hate him, at the end of the day, Colby made a very good case of him winning that fight in the second fight. It was close. It could have went either way. Either way, I edged it to Usman. If Leon could do anything like that, because Colby couldn't take Usman to the ground. So it was essentially a striking match, and Colby did okay there. Interesting, guys. Let's talk about this. If Colby almost defeated Usman just striking, where he couldn't threaten Usman with his takedowns, second fight, it was almost scored a takedown. I thought it was. But anyways, if Colby could beat Usman with just striking, if Leon is able to stop the takedowns, can he beat Usman in a striking match if Colby was close to doing so? I think that's fair. Who made me think of that? I think it was Cole, my guy Cole, the man, the myth, the legend. Let me see. Usman got better cardio, though. Usman got great cardio. And that's the thing. That's why I don't know if I think he can outpoint him in a striking match. I could see him. I wish people don't clip certain points because anybody that picks Edwards is almost looked at as like a casual. But listen, if it's just a striking match, I wouldn't be surprised, perplexed if Usman wins. I mean, if Edwards wins 3 rounds to 2. In a close fight. Now, will the judges swing it to Edwards' favor if it's a close fight and it looks like Edwards won? Maybe not. But I can see it going 3-2 in a nice little upset. I'm not opposed to that. What's up, Leroy? Welcome to the stream, my guy. The DC Fight Club member, Windy City. You see the silver glove next to his face? You can hit the join button and become a member today. Windy says, I'd say Leon by KO would be his only chance. I think he could edge a decision. That's all on the basis that he doesn't get taken down. And I'm not confident in that. I'll be honest, I'm not. That's what worries me. Colby proved Usman can and does tire. Usman did look a little bit winded as well, too. It's a good point. But Colby's cardio, I think Colby in that division has the best cardio in the whole division. So it's going to be tough for Leon to out-will Usman, you know? That's where it gets a little tough. Colby gas like the biggest gas tank. Yeah, exactly. Right, exactly. But it's MMA. Yeah, who knows how it can play out. Lavison says, Miller, for some reason, I want Blades to get a fight to get a chance at the title. Blades, I know it was a small sample size, but against Aspinall, he looked like he was willing to exchange with him. If he gets another shot, it could get interesting. Bedroom cardio. That's what Colby calls it, right? I got a text. Let me see if it's from the full. Am I good to call? Yeah, let me call this loser right now real quick. This was nice. We were 25 minutes in, just me and you guys. You know, because when Trey gets in here, it gets a little, you know, I got to educate him, so I got to take my time instead of answering the chat. Guys, I'm going to call Trey right now. You know, he's a homie. We're going to call him, give him his 5 minutes. Then after that, me and him will have a back and forth, and we'll answer any questions in the chat. So keep writing, keep giving us a back and forth. Guys, real quick, I just want to say thank you guys. You guys have been amazing, like growing this channel. 5,900 subscribers, a little north of that. So we're almost at 6,000. We were at 5,400 about a month ago. So that's crazy. This channel's growing extremely fast. And now we're going to have Usyk and Joshua this weekend. It's going to be phenomenal. Let me turn my camera on. Let me put, oh, Trey, looks good. Trey on the big screen. If you hear me, Trey, I don't hear you at all. I don't know if I have any, no, I don't have anything muted. Trey, do you hear me? Okay, I don't hear you, and I don't know why. I don't have you muted or anything. Let's see. Is your mic on? Is there anything on your end, Trey? I don't hear you at all, and I never have that problem. So we're gonna get Trey in here in a second. Make sure you're sharing your audio if you hear me, Trey. Cause I don't hear anything from you. I like the hat, by the way. Wait till you guys see Trey. He changed up the look a little bit. Don't hear you at all yet. Let me make sure there's nothing on my end. Let me go to my settings real quick. Guys, I apologize for the quick little break as far as trying to figure things out. Let me see. Voice and little technical difficulties. In the meantime, you guys can hit the thumbs up. Trey, you hear me? Nothing from you. He hung up, actually. So let me see what he says. Trey, let me know what's going on. He's calling me again. Join video call. Let me see. Yo.
Can you hear me?
Now I can hear you, sir. Is my camera on?
Yeah, I see you. That's
Okay.
weird. I don't know. I didn't do anything different. I just hung up and called again.
Well, it worked. Guys. Trey gets his 5 minutes. Bear with him. He's probably not going to educate us in any shape or fashion. Because, I mean, what was he? 1-4 in the last card? Didn't he pick? Wait. Before I put him on the camera, didn't you pick Dominic Cruz? You're a little quiet there. He's not muted, guys. By the way, I don't hear you. Didn't you pick Dominic Cruz?
Yeah, here's the deal. First of all, let me just address the elephant in the room. Listen, boys, I'm still in Mays, Kansas. Okay, if you don't know, there's nothing to do here besides sleep, go to eat, fill up your car with gas if you're driving around. There's absolutely nothing to do. So I was doing one of those. I was absolutely knocked out. I woke up to Miller's call, freaked out, saw it was 6 o'clock.
That's beautiful. See how much you prioritizes this stream, guys. Wow. All right. I'm just going to cut you off and give you your 5 minutes. I'm putting you on the full screen. Your 5 minutes are on now.
Here's what I really wanted to say. I was awake, and then Miller started talking at the beginning of the stream, and it absolutely put me to sleep with the boring stuff he was saying. No information, no authority or anything. Now, here's the deal. Yes, I did choose Dominic Cruz this weekend. Okay. Yes, I did say he has never lost a non-title fight.
Didn't we hear that
UFC.
like 70 times?
I did say that. Okay. And then it happened. He stuck his chin out there like he was somebody sticking somebody's nose in somebody else's business and met a foot that sent that man into another dimension and another lifetime. And it hit me. This man is absolutely done. His career is over. It's the end of an era. It's the end of a whole journey that we got to watch on screen. And the career is dead. So I personally want to take this time to have a moment of silence for Dominic Cruz's career.
Should have kept the hat on.
Don't be disrespectful to Dominic Cruz, okay? We're having a moment of silence right now. Okay, so be quiet for a second. Thank you, Dominic. You had a heck of a fighting career.
Man,
you
this
had
guy
me
is
convinced.
retiring
You had me convinced. Hey, you're good on the mic now. You can talk. It sounds all good and everything. And then it hit me. This guy's an announcer now. All he does is blow smoke up people's butt. All he does is try and sound good on a microphone. He doesn't have it anymore. I mean, the dude got knocked out, and he looked exactly. I would do that exact thing if me and Miller was ever getting a fight. I would just let him bend down because he's short, and I would just connect with my freaking left foot right to his head. Have him wobbling on the ground, stumbling, lost. Now, listen. I haven't heard from Dominic Cruz since the fight. I'm not even sure he can still talk correctly. I'm not sure if this is going to mess up his announcing career and everything he's built up outside of the ring. But I do know this. That man is absolutely done in the ring. Now, Marlon Vera is not that nice. He was losing that fight.
Oh, here we go. Here we go.
He was losing that
Here we
fight.
go. Here we go.
He is not that nice. All these title shots, all these everything I'm hearing talking about Marlon Vera, give me a break. Hey, give me a break, buddy. He's a fluke win over Sean O'Malley that shouldn't even count because he hit him in the G spot of the leg. And second of all, he was getting whooped this whole fight and got lucky because Dominic bent down right into his foot. He barely swung it. Dominic just took his head right to his foot.
He dropped him twice, maybe 3 times.
Dude, I don't want to freaking hear that. He was getting tore up. He I mean, everybody's seen it. Everybody's like, wow, Marlon he does not look the same. This dude's getting comboed. He was having the uppercuts flying in on him, and he was getting pieced up. And it's crazy how this one accidental little thing can change the whole narrative, and everybody thinks this dude's that daggone dog. He would get torched. He would get torched. It was accidental. I mean, Dominic took his head right to his foot.
It was calculated.
It was as accidental as Khabib's takedowns were against Cyril Gane. And everybody knows that was a complete accident. He was just falling and taking him down.
You know, you called him Khabib, which I respect.
I never called him that. I would never call him that. It's disrespectful to Khabib. And y'all are going to stop disrespecting Khabib like that.
30 more seconds, guys.
To even say that Francis is on Khabib's level is laughable. The dude's never gotten a real successful takedown. He fell on somebody, and he's just been so heavy that the dude tripped and fell. Or he's accidentally swept under his legs, and the dude fell. Marlon's knockout was an accident. With that being said, Dominic Cruz's career is over. He looks silly. Now I own up to my mistake. I said Cruz. Okay? But don't jump the gun on Marlon. He has 2 phony wins. He has 2 phony wins.
Well, thankfully, that's over. The longest 5 minutes of any day of the week is whenever Trey is on and talking some MMA and discrediting fighters. Like when I was right about Derek Lewis, he said it was a fluke. Now Marlon Vera is a fluke. Let's get right to it. He was calculating that. It was Piotr Jan-esque, the way he was waiting for the opening. He was taking his time, touching Dominic Cruz just a bit, not overextending himself because Dominic Cruz is a dangerous fighter.
First of all,
he saw him keep leaning to his right, timed it, and landed right on the button, Trey.
First of all, Dominic Cruz, don't even compare him to Piotr Jan because Piotr Jan pushes the pace. Piotr Jan controls the ring. Piotr Jan is the engine in there. Now, if I think back to Marlon, he was backing up the whole time, getting pieced up the whole time.
Filling him out.
Didn't look like he was setting anything up. It looked like he was getting outboxed.
Nah.
I mean, Cruz's boxing was looking crispy until he just stuck his chin right by his foot and got knocked out. Marlon wasn't doing nothing special. Marlon wasn't piecing him up. Marlon wasn't pushing the pace. Marlon wasn't the engine in there. He got one lucky kick, and Cruz going to take it because he got that charming chin. And that just happens with old age. Now, congrats. People want to hype Cruz up and say he deserves a title shot. Really? Really? When he has 2 fluke wins?
Let me ask you something, Trey. Who do you give?
When he has a win over somebody that he would not win against if they were to fight again?
I'll put money on that. I think he beat Sean O'Malley again.
Yeah,
I think he's a little too powerful for Sean O'Malley. And if Sean O'Malley can't touch him, it gets interesting. Mm-hmm.
And then Sean's going to come in. He's going to beat Piotr Jan, like I'm predicting. 'Cause I think he's going to end up sparking Piotr.
That'll be
And
interesting.
then,
That'll be
and then
interesting.
you're going to come back and say, "Oh, I don't know. I think mine would lose to Sean." Sean looks good. That's what you're going to come back and say.
Let me ask you this, Trey. If Sean beats Piotr Jan, do you want to see Vera versus O'Malley again?
No, he done lost that shot. Let him keep fighting people below him and stuff. Right?
How does he lose that shot?
Sean's gonna be above.
It's on O'Malley's record that he lost.
Hey, here's what we do know: Marlon don't want to fight people above him. If he did, he would have took the Piotr Jan fight.
That's not true.
Yes, it is.
Everybody else was booked. Everybody else was booked
when Cruz made that fight.
That happened. Of course he was. Of course he was.
No, he wasn't.
Of course he was. Of course he was.
He wasn't. The Sean O'Malley and that fight was announced after the Marlon and Cruz fight.
He wasn't offered Piotr Jan. He can only take what the UFC gives him. The only name they gave him was Dominic Cruz.
You think Sean was like? You think the UFC was like, "Hey, Sean, fight Piotr. Come fight number one." No, Sean was like, "Yeah, I'll take him," and Piotr Jan accepted it.
No, well, actually,
Marlon don't have the nuts for that.
Sean O'Malley's
fight dudes in the teens.
Sean O'Malley said himself that Piotr Jan said, "If you win your fight, call me out." And unfortunately, he wasn't able to give. Joe Rogan forgot to give him the mic, but it still happened that they were able to make the fight. So, I mean, listen. So you don't want Vera to get the shot. I think Vera's on a 4-fight win streak.
He doesn't fight up. They're all people below him.
He beat Frankie Edgar when Edgar was above him.
No, no. Frankie Edgar. Are we still saying that name? What is it? 2012.
He beat Rob Font. Wasn't Rob Font above him? Rob Font is number 7 now.
Maybe he might have been one above him.
I think Rob Font was above him. Frankie Edgar is ranked number 12. It might have been that Vera was under Frankie Edgar as well. No. If someone could confirm that for me, it would be good to know. But
and even if he was, I mean, come on, just pick out the soft spots in the people above you. Come on, bud.
Give me a couple names. Who do you want Vera to fight if it's not Sean O'Malley or the winner between Sean O'Malley and Piotr Jan? What if Piotr Jan wins? Do you like that fight?
Then he should get the title shot again. What do you mean? Marlon's kind of a sitting duck right now.
So you think Marlon is just after having Trey? At the end of the day, that was a phenomenal knockdown. He has a highlight reel. Almost I don't know, maybe better highlights than your boy Sean O'Malley.
It was what? Are we just saying anything now?
The way he knocked out Edgar and now Cruz.
Bro, Frankie Edgar is a. Are we still saying that name?
Let me just ask you something. What knockout Sean O'Malley has that's better than the 2 knockouts of Frankie Edgar and Cruz?
Eddie Wineland.
Who cares?
What do you mean?
They're not.
You asked what a better knockout was.
They're not a bigger name. It's not more meaningful than a Frankie Edgar knockout and a Dominic Cruz knockout. That's 2 legends. That's 2 legends.
Wineland is up there with them.
Stop!
He's been in the game just
Stop it! I saw the smirk when you looked away, bro. It's okay. It's okay.
He's been in the game just as long as. Didn't Sean O'Malley break a daggone record on Chris Moutinho's face, who you look exactly like, by the way? Didn't he break a record on him?
That was actually funny. Which Cheeto probably would have put him out. Cheeto probably could have gotten Moutinho out of there with that leg kick. Sean O'Malley wasn't able to do so.
I don't know with his iron freaking chin.
Listen, Cruz chin does look a little. You know, his chin his best days are behind him.
You're naming 2 guys that were good when you were in high school. They're not good anymore. They're bums.
But he knocked them clean out. The difference between that and what Sean O'Malley is doing is that Sean O'Malley's not knocking out big names. Look what happened with in his last fight against Pedro Munoz. He decided to eye poke him and he missed out on a chance to get another highlight reel. I think Vera, you give him the shot.
You think he's winning the title?
I think he deserves a shot.
Oh my god!
I think he deserves a shot.
We're just giving anybody a shot. Hey, you want to fight? Come fight for the title. You want to fight? Come on.
I think who else? Aljamain Sterling wins. Who else?
You beat the number 8. You beat the number 8 guy. Come on up and fight for the title.
He's number 5. He's number 5.
Oh, it works.
Okay, so
let's say number 8, dude.
I know in your world this is like depressing, but let's say Sean O'Malley loses. You want to see Piotr Jan and Aljamain Sterling again? I really don't want to see. Yes. I don't really want to see that right now.
Yes.
The same way I don't want to see Kobe coming to Usman.
Well, Okay, why? Because Colby won their last fight.
I don't think there's that much excitement behind Piotr Jan and Aljamain Sterling 3 fight. Instead of letting Cheeto get that shot after he got a crazy knockout. Yeah, we'll probably eventually see Piotr Jan again.
Wait. So you're telling me that Marlon Vera versus Aljamain Sterling would be a better and bigger fight than Piotr Jan versus Aljamain Sterling? Because you sound
I think it'll be a bigger fight. I think it'll be a bigger fight. I don't know if it'll be a better fight.
Hey, apologize to everybody watching right now.
No, I stand on that.
Apologize to everybody watching right now.
I stand on that.
Say something like that.
I mean, chat. What's a bigger? Should I make a poll on this real quick? That's a good question. Okay. Let's make as far as Cheeto deserve a title shot, that got 53% yes, 47% no. Interesting. Pretty even. He's
fighting
let's
people
see.
Below him, y'all. Let me teach y'all about something. All these dummies in here that don't know a daggum thing about fighting in the UFC. If you want to move up the ranks, if you want to fight for a title, you got to challenge the people above you. You got to challenge the people who's in line for the title. Not people who are in the teens and who are below you that you can just beat them the whole time. You're supposed to beat them. You're ranked above them. It's not doing anything for you.
He faced a legend, though. We gotta remember that.
He faced a 38-year-old legend.
He looked good until he got knocked out.
A glass chin 38-year-old. He looked good. He was winning the fight. That's how bad Marlon is.
Got to put you on full screen real quick.
That's why Marlon's not ready. That's why Marlon's not ready. That's why he's not able to get a title shot yet. That's why if Piotr wins, he'll get a title shot again. That's why if Sean O'Malley wins, he'll get the title shot. Marlon's fighting freaking nobodies. Not nobodies, because Dominic Cruz obviously is a legend in the sport, but it's because of what he's done, not because of what he's been doing in the past recent years.
Injuries has plagued him.
In the past 4 years, probably.
Injuries has plagued him, which is understandable. But he looked good. Dominic.
Losing the fight.
No, I'm saying Dominic, injuries have plagued him, but he still looked pretty sharp. His chin is gone.
Dominic was winning the fight until he got hit.
We talked about Vera, but Dominic Cruz, you think it's over?
It's done. Just talk it up. Go talk in the mic.
I don't think he's done. I think he got caught by a bomb, by a young and hungry athlete.
Is he beating Piotr Jan? Is he beating Aljo? Is he beating Jose?
I think stylistically against Piotr Jan is not the worst.
Is he beating Jose? He's definitely not beating Sean O'Malley. O'Malley would have torched him up worse than Marlon did. Marlon didn't even do anything. He had one good kick on him.
He can't go down in weight. Yeah, it might be. It might be. I think Anthony Smith said this too. I believe it was him, but
God,
that division is just too stacked. It's not even that he's like finished. He could be competitive, but he could be competitive. But
he's worried about his own division. That boy sucks. I'm surprised he even still has a contract with the UFC.
I like Anthony Smith.
He's a bum.
I like Anthony Smith.
It makes sense because he's a big cornball, and you're also a cornball, so it makes sense why you would like him.
He's actually a great commentator. Whale says, I voted no. I stand by my vote, says Lavathan. What happened if they don't accept your call out, though, says Whale Rider. He can beat any of them in a 5-rounder. Has power, stamina, and durability straight up. This is the same man who said, who cares if Izzy was winning against Alex in kickboxing? Vera threw the perfect combo that perfectly timed his opponent. We can't call fight IQ luck. Oh my God, a round of applause.
Fight IQ? Here's the thing.
A round of applause.
Torched up and the dude takes his head and goes and sticks it right at his foot for him to kick him in the face. Hey, I could have knocked him out. No. I can get my leg that high. I can get my leg 3 foot off the ground. I would have knocked him out.
That's what makes Cruz special. He's able to create angles and get out the way, but he just got caught. It was a perfectly timed kick.
He got out the way from safety and went straight to danger. That's what really
It was a perfectly timed kick to me. I mean, okay, is Cruz done? I don't think he fights for the title again. I think that's fair.
He's done. And I don't think Marlon deserves a title shot. And I think that's fair. Fighting Diz below him. How about you move up? Fight somebody above you.
Well, Trey, I respect it. Let's move on because you were late. 60% for Cheeto Vera versus Sterling. Just throwing that out there against a 40% Sterling versus.
Yeah, but one of these idiots know. These people in the chat don't even know what they're talking about. There's a bunch of dummies in here. Bunch of little kids that I teach every week.
If you haven't already, let's move forward. I can't wait to talk about Usman versus Leon. That's a hot topic.
That's a hot topic.
Let's quickly go to Jose Aldo versus Merab. How do you feel about this fight? Maybe the winner of this fight gets a title shot. This is where it could get a little interesting. If Jose wins, I think he deserves it. This guy's sleepy. He needs some coffee. Help him. But talk to me here.
First of all, Marlon lost to Jose. Yes,
he did, and that's why Jose makes a good case.
Is Marlon beating Merab?
Possibly, yeah.
No.
Merab is scary
because Merab's beating Jose.
Jose might not get past Merab.
He won't.
Yeah,
because Merab's a dog.
You think Merab's going to take him to the canvas?
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, Jose got good takedown defense though. If it stays striking,
great. That's great. How old is he? 37 right now.
If it stays striking, you don't have Aldo having a chance.
I mean, Aldo always has a chance just because of who he is. He's a legend. You know what I'm saying? He's been around so long. He's seen it all.
Right. Still has a chance too.
Merab is an absolute dog. That boy is on the up and up.
Scary.
He's a better newcomer than Marlon. He's a better fighter than Marlon. He would absolutely whoop Marlon if they were to fight, which is another reason Marlon don't deserve a title shot. He needs about 2 or 3 more fights. He needs to beat somebody above him before he gets in the top 3.
That's fair.
I got Merab beating Jose. I don't think Jose's going to be able to do it. I think Merab's going to be too much. You're going to put the pressure on him. Ground and pound. I don't see him losing to Jose. One. No way, Jose.
I think Jose has a real chance. I think Jose, if he's able to keep the fight standing, he has a chance. And you know who my pick for this fight is, Trey, actually? I'm going with the veteran. I think right now Jose gets the job done. I think he wants to fight for that title soon. I think this is a big win. This one really matters. He might surprise us all and actually get the title shot right after.
Listen, Jose's never going to be the champion. Jose's never going to be the champion, okay? I'm sorry.
That might be true. Be true.
He had a great run. He's had a great career. I mean, he's been at it just about as long as Dominic has, I feel like. If not as long.
Right.
It's over. Merab's about to put him on the decline, send him on his way. Merab's going to work his way up. He's going to do it.
Let me ask you this. If Jose beats Merab, hypothetically, I know you have Merab, does he get the title shot? What are the chances of that?
I don't know if he gets the title shot right after that. Where exactly is Jose ranked right now?
Jose's up there. I think he's ranked
4.
I'll tell you exactly what number. He's ranked number 3. The only people above him is Dillashaw and Piotr Jan. Yep.
Dillashaw is about to have a title shot. Piotr and Sean, whether y'all like it or not, they're fighting for the next title shot. I hope y'all know that.
Just give me a quick name for Sterling and Dillashaw. Who do you have for that?
Well, if I could have it anyway, honestly, I hate both of them because TJ's a little cheater and a bum, and Aljo's the biggest herb in UFC history. I can't stand that cornball that he was flexing the belt and everything after he got kneed in the head when he was getting absolutely torched out there. Getting torched, and then he starts talking crap.
You're going to hate me for this, Trey. Maybe the chat is going to hate me for this, too.
No, you're not going on this cornball.
I've been watching Aljo lately, and he's actually starting to grow on me.
I'm gonna hang up on this one.
As far as, like, I like the guy. Like, I'm starting to like the guy.
Miller, this is what I'm telling you. Of course you do. Of course you do. Because you like cornballs. You like little bums. You like little herbs that go around and flex fake belts and look lame and try and act cool and be that lame cool guy where they don't get something they don't deserve and then they try and flex it like they got it and be all cocky and everything. Of course you like that. That's just the type of dude you are.
So can I tell you? Can I just explain myself real quick? I was one of the guys that, I want to rematch Piotr Jan. That's what he was saying, right? But then he cancels the fight because he needs a neck injury, neck surgery, and he's gonna be in recovery for a long time. And he sounded like a dweeb, so to speak. But I think he was telling the truth all along. I think the media was running away with trying to sell to us that he was scared of Petr Yan. And when he says he wasn't healthy in the first fight against Petr Yan and his diet and everything, and he felt weak in there, I believed him because in the second fight, he won that he won that fight. Now I'm starting to watch some content of Aljamain Sterling, and I like his mindset. I like the way he carries himself. I like the way he talks about the sport.
He's the Ariel Helwani of fighting. He's the biggest cornball in the UFC. He is a lame. That dude flexes fake belts and hypes it up and had like a little tour.
That got taken out of context, but let me also tell you this. You might hate this as well too, so I'm just digging myself a hole.
Yeah, taken out of context. Every single time he was doing it, it was out of context.
It's
out of context. Posting pictures and stuff. Oh my! You're not defending the biggest herb in the UFC. I know you're not doing that.
Trey, to make matters worse, I actually like Dillashaw too. Dillashaw could fight. I like his style. I like his aggressiveness.
He's a cheater. Any accomplishments he ever had, he was on the roids.
That I don't like. That I don't like. Mm-hmm.
His whole run that he had, he was on the roids.
Yeah, EPO. They call him the CEO of EPO, right? I think that's what Aljamain Sterling calls him. Look,
yeah, something like that.
I understand, but I like as a fighter. I understand he cheated. As a fighter, I like Dillashaw too. But I'm going Aljamain Sterling versus Dillashaw. I think Sterling is a real deal.
Let me see this. Mark my words, and I would say this to Aljo if he was face to face on this podcast right now. I am never, ever in that dude's corner for him to be successful because of how corny he is and how lame he is.
So who do you have then?
Of Aljo. I'm talking about Aljo. I want TJ to win.
Oh, who do you have winning though? Like logically, you still have Dillashaw. Oh,
yeah,
okay.
I'll take TJ. Don't let it stay standing up. We all know Aljo's a one-trick pony. He's nice on the ground. You keep him standing up, that boy's a bum. That boy sucks. Let's be real.
I have Aljamain Sterling winning. I think he gets the job. I think he's a real deal.
Oh my God,
I think he's a real deal. I didn't mean to diverge to that. Let's talk about one more topic real quick, and then just give me your pick or whatever, and then we'll go to Usman versus Edwards, what the people have been waiting for. Guys, thank you for sticking around this long. Hit the thumbs up if you haven't already. Hit the subscribe button. Hit the bell for post notifications. We'll be here this weekend for Joshua versus Usyk and UFC 278. Costa versus Rockhold, then Usman versus Edwards. Let's start with Costa versus Rockhold. By the way, he was really another guy that was really happy for Cheeto. So we got to take that into account. He's friends with a guy that's becoming a legend in Cheeto Vera. Lou has 2 knockout monster shots against Frankie Edgar, Dominic Cruz, climbing up the ranks. But we're talking about Rockhold and we're talking about Costa.
Dude naming nursing home committee of the UFC, and you're hype about that.
That's funny.
Miller, right. Let me tell you something. If I hit you up and I was like, bro, you're not gonna believe this, I just knocked out this old dude. You'd be like, what the heck? Yeah, obviously he did. He's a freaking old dude. I mean, what's that about? That's the equivalent to what Marlon did.
Dominic looked good in there. He was winning that fight. Costa like with Costa, we don't even know if he's gonna make weight. So that's another conversation. But
this dude just needs to stick to tweeting and doing his little memes and stuff that he does. I really don't like this dude, but let's be honest, dude. Is Luke Rockhold still trying to do this? Is that dude not retired yet?
No, he's not.
Seriously. I thought he was about to retire when I was in high school freaking 10 years ago. And this dude's about to fight again? I mean, don't get me wrong. He stays in shape. He always looks good. He's got some hands, but come on.
He got knocked out in his last 2 fights.
And I don't even like Paulo that much. You can't even trust Paulo. Dude can't make weight. The dude gets in the octagon sometimes. Looks like he's never been in one. I mean, he's very inconsistent. And we're gonna do that to Luke. Are we trying to retire Luke? Are we trying to get rid of him? Does he want to go to the PFL? Does he want to go to Bellator? Does he want to go to ONE FC? I don't understand. Why is this dude still getting fights?
So you have Costa winning by knockout.
I have Costa winning by knockout. And Glass Chin Luke Rockhold will send himself into retirement. He'll go join the nursing home committee with Frankie Edgar and Dominic Cruz.
Is it weird that I feel like Rockhold is going to have a good performance. Like it's just it's Trey. Listen, listen.
You love to say the dumb stuff.
No, Trey.
You're doing it again. You're doing your thing. You always do. You're doing it again.
Let me pump the brakes. First off, let me say Turbo, welcome to the stream from Sydney. We got people all over the world here, Trey. Seeing this Connor versus Fiziev beefs us, Chris. Welcome to the stream.
I'll say that.
Chat guys. Thank you. The chat community, #1 commentary channel on YouTube. We're having fun. Trey, let me say this. You say I always take the other side. Have you seen my record lately with my picks?
Yeah, it's not good.
It's way better than yours.
It's not.
It's not. Way better than yours.
And the money says so. It's not, and the money says so.
I mean, I haven't really been putting bets in, but we could talk Derek Lewis versus Pavlovich. We could talk Brandon Moreno versus Kai Kara France. We can talk about Dominic. Dominic Cruz versus Chito Vera. I was right about two. You just been off. Lou Rockhold has been out the game for a while, but you ever heard a speech of you ever heard of a speech of a guy that like he looks like he's down and out, but he's gonna make a return. Like he convinces you that he's gonna make a return. Dillashaw did the same thing to me, as far as him saying he's gonna come back. Now, with Rockhold, he was talking about Chito Vera, how inspired he is by Chito Vera, how much he didn't take fighting seriously, and now he's really focused now. Yes, he has a chin where he possibly will get knocked out. Trey, I agree with you. But if he's able to pick Costa apart, Costa fundamentally, technically, is not the best fighter. Plus, he has a bad habit of not making weight. His gas tank is not the greatest. Rockhold could potentially win that fight. I'm going to hold my horses right now because Costa's power does scare me.
Duh.
Costa does scare me.
All he has to do is land one. Bro,
Romero.
And first of all, I've seen Luke out there fanboying for freaking Marlon in the stands and cheering for him like he was his little girl.
They're good friends. They train
together.
Give
me a break. Are we serious? The dude was getting torched the whole time. Gets it to where Dominic Cruz takes his head and goes and sticks it on his foot. And then he's out there cheering like a little fangirl for Marlon.
He wasn't getting torched. He knocked Dominic Cruz down every round.
I'm glad he likes Marlon. I'm glad he's a fan of him because listen, he's gonna have a long time of being out in the crowd and watching him because his UFC career is over. I mean that.
You think
he's gonna be a nobody?
Wow.
He's gonna be a nobody. It's done.
Wow.
Luke Rockhold, give it up. I don't know if he just had a fight on his contract. If he needs money, maybe he's bad with money. He's got to come back and get another fight because he lost all his money or whatever. I'm not sure what it is.
He looks strong, too. You saw him in the tank top. He looks
Who doesn't look strong in the UFC?
I mean, a lot of people. Nate Diaz, Dominic Cruz, they're not muscular people. Lou Rockhold looks strong out there. You know what, Trey? I wasn't too confident in Rockhold, and I say Costa could possibly knock him out. But you have been consistently wrong in your picks. I'm going Rockhold.
Not true.
I'm going Rockhold.
Not true. You name 4 fights and think it's consistently wrong when I'm out here absolutely sweeping cards and getting one fight wrong in the card, and then it's the fight that we talk about, and you're over here, oh my God, you're still wrong, and I'm over here making money.
The funny thing is that Beta said about you, I just want to bring this up to you real quick. He says, this man hates Dillashaw for cheating, but John Jones is the GOAT? What? Question mark. Just wanted to read that to you there. Beta making some good points today. Costa, one of my favorites. He'll make weight this time. He got Secret Juice, says Will Ryder. Mm-hmm.
He's making some good points.
I'm just saying. Bubba, welcome to the stream.
Because John Jones is off the white lines. He's off the nose beers. Is that what you're talking about? He's not out there taking PEDs and going on a whole run for his career and winning the title and stuff off PEDs and all that. He's not doing that.
John Jones
is the best fighter. John Jones is the best fighter of all time. This is how I know you don't watch Beta. This is how I know. This is why you name yourself Beta, because you are a Beta. You're a Beta male. You don't know what you're talking about. You hang out with the girls when all the guys and girls come over for the party or whatever. You're sitting in there with the girls, chatting it up, probably got your leg crossed, drinking a mixed drink, okay? While the boys is out here, got a beer in their hand, grilling, and we're talking about some real stuff. You can learn from me, Beta. It's not too late for you to change. You can turn into an alpha male. You can turn into a legit man. You don't have to be female.
I don't mean to change topics too much. Lee, I was excited for Costa versus Izzy too, and then you saw how that played out. Will Ryder says, is he gonna leave Alex P coming up short like Lord Farquhar? Let me just say, I think I changed my pick on Israel Adesanya and Alex Pereira, but we don't have to talk about that right now. Maybe me and Trey could talk about that soon.
Listen, here's the thing: Miller's gonna say this 4 or 5 other times because he flops like a daggone fish.
I do flop a lot because I logically think
because you don't know what you're talking about.
I've been right, Trey. I'm sorry.
You logically think and get a different answer every time.
I was right about Oliveira.
Sometimes it's right, sometimes it's not.
Oliveira and Poirier. You picked Poirier too, didn't you? And I had Oliveira. I've just been on a tear.
I don't think I picked Poirier.
I'm pretty sure you did.
I don't think I picked Poirier because I'm not a fan of Poirier. I don't think he's that. No. In fact, I didn't pick Poirier. I remember saying Charles because I told you Poirier just had his championship fight. He fought Conor twice. That was his championship fight.
Didn't you have Chandler versus Oliveira too?
I don't remember.
I don't.
That was before Poirier.
Great acting skills. Great acting skills. Listen.
Right. You be making false claims on fights that you say you chose all the time, and you didn't even talk. We didn't even say anything about it.
It's always on.
You're over here like, oh yeah, I think I said that. Yeah, sure, yeah, I said that. It's true.
It's always on record.
No proof.
It's always on. Trey, I've been hot.
It is always on record. It is always on record. And people can go back on here on this stream, on these live streams and see.
They'll see.
I have swept cards. Swept them. Good job, boys, because we're cleaning up the
last time you swept a card, I think Chuck Liddell was still in the UFC or something like that. I can't remember the last time you swept a card. Anyways.
The last time you got multiple fights right on the card, you didn't even have a daughter yet.
The last card.
Oh, dude, we didn't even. I don't even know if we talked. The last card sucked. We didn't even talk about multiple fights.
The last card and the card before that.
No, so here you go. What multiple fights did you get right on the last card? Because we only talked about one fight. It was Dominic Cruz. All of them.
I got.
Yeah, I got them. They're all right.
I got them all right.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. Well,
I said Queen Violence is gonna get knocked out. She got knocked out. Anyways, listen. I don't mean to waste your time or anyone else's time. Let's talk about the main event: Usman versus Leon Edwards. Boy. I want to tell you, Trey, I want to pick Leon Edwards so bad. I really do.
You're an idiot.
I really do.
You're dumb.
I really
you're dumb.
do.
Like 90% of the people here in this chat, because you're dumb. Obviously. Here's the thing, boys. Are we really talking about? Are we really talking about this like it's fresh and new? Like this is some new thing that we haven't seen this before. That man has already whooped Leon. Listen, he's made his lap and he's on his way back. And he's already lapped with a couple guys. And now Leon's on the schedule, and he's going to lap him again.
Or 2017,
guess
something
what?
like that.
Guess what? Usman wasn't even who he is now.
Neither was Edwards.
No. I don't think you understand. Leon, still a good fighter. Still pretty decent. Does all right. You know what I'm saying?
He won in that fight too.
He doesn't have anything crazy.
2015.
Usman since then has became the best pound for pound fighter in the UFC. Number one. Let's not get it twisted. He's number one. Mm-hmm. Not only that, he has become
Cole. Have a great night.
The best welterweight in UFC history.
Not yet.
History.
Not yet.
Yes.
Not yet.
Yes. Clearly, by far.
Not yet.
By far.
Not yet. Not by far.
Dana will tell you.
Not by far, but I'll tell you. Yeah, Dana has.
He's the best welterweight in UFC history.
Dana White really likes Usman, and it was
Look
interesting.
At the resume.
He said if he wins this fight, he'll be tied with Anderson Silva for most consecutive wins. I respect that. Now, I don't mean to tarnish or try to taint his legacy so far, but Masvidal's not 2 wins against Masvidal. Masvidal has like a 500 record. As much losses as he has wins.
Knockout of the year.
Now, Colby Covington.
The crowd with the sweat, he got hit so hard.
Colby Covington was great wins. I don't consider.
Listen, and Colby Covington is whooping Leon Edwards.
Maybe. Let me tell you. Let me tell you this. Colby, great win on the resume. Usman is not the GOAT just yet. But if he beats Edwards, I'm gonna start having that conversation. Yes. Then he's tied with Anderson Silva.
dude's so nice.
There's another
he's having
name.
to beat him. You ever heard so nice?
He's
he had to
lapping the
beat him
division.
twice?
Yeah.
So nice he had to beat him twice. Yeah, he's
Yeah.
doing it with everyone. This is like
He
his
is.
fifth dude he's going to do it with. You understand that, right?
He's
There's
great.
no one. There is no one, even in the division, besides Kobe, because Kobe beat him one fight and they hold him on that, and they didn't get him the win
Right.
because they were trying to protect Usman's career, which I understand because he's the best welterweight of all time.
Yeah.
There is no one in the welterweight division that is challenging Kamaru Usman.
Hamza?
Hamza can barely get past Gilbert Burns. The dude was getting dropped by Gilbert. And you want to talk about Gilbert? Gilbert fought Usman, and he was in there sobbing like a little child.
I think he got dropped with a jab.
And Usman has the best jab in the UFC, hands down. Since Usman has went and started training with Trevor Whitman, who the heck even looks close to beating him?
Listen.
It's not going to be Leon. Colby beat him.
You're consistently wrong. You're right here. Trevor Whitman has changed Usman's game. I'm going Usman as well too, Trey. I'm going Usman as well too. So you have my picks. Jose.
Exactly, because you know who the best welterweight is.
Jose.
I got Rob.
Listen, I a lot of times I forget who you have. And you're lucky because you've been so wrong lately, but I don't have it on paper.
Right.
But listen,
oh my God, we're not serious.
Trey,
you're naming one fight on the card that I got wrong. You're naming one fight on the card I got wrong. When I'm sweeping cards and getting one fight wrong.
Trey, I'm not even gonna. This is foolishness.
When is the last time you got one fight right on a card?
Who was on the Alex Pereira card? Because I swept that whole card, but that's neither here nor there.
That whole card.
I just can't remember. Pereira versus Sean Strickland and who else was on there? It was a 6 fight. I had 6. Anyways, listen, back and forth.
You don't even know. That's what I'm saying. You just make false claims. You don't even know. You don't remember. You can't. If you actually said something, if you actually did something, you would remember.
It's a fact. Trey, let me tell you this. Trey, let me tell you this.
Okay.
Let me tell you this, Trey.
I'm sorry that you have to listen to this liar, chat. Even though you are idiots, I'm sorry you have to listen to this dude just lie straight to the camera.
This is important. Usman best jab in the UFC. Yeah, I don't know about that, Leroy.
He is. He does, absolutely. He's the best. He's the pound for pound best fighter in the UFC. He has the best jab in the UFC, and he's the best welterweight of all time.
He doesn't have the best jab in the UFC.
There's no argument. Yes, it is. Who does? Who does?
Not Usman. Listen.
Who does?
Listen, I would say even Leon has a better jab than Usman, but that's neither here nor there. Trey,
don't make me hang up. I'm dead serious.
Trey,
we would delete this podcast if you do not take that back right now.
Trey, listen to me. I'm so serious. I've been dying to say this if you let me. If Jose and Luke Rockhold win, I don't know what you're gonna say because you just been off.
Miller,
you just been
there's a 0%
off.
chance that happens.
Oh,
I mean, I'm not even scared.
That's fine.
I would bet my left nut that both of them don't.
You're lucky. You're lucky that Usman is such a lock, in a sense. Because if he wasn't, I would probably
the best welterweight of all time.
No, you're lucky. That's such an easy pick for you because usually easy picks you still get wrong. So what I'm saying is, if Jose Aldo and Luke Rockhold win, you better pick up my phone call on Monday for the podcast. That's all I'm saying. Really? Because you've been off. You've been horrible.
First of all,
you've been horrible.
Rob's gonna beat Jose. Paulo's gonna beat Luke. I already told you what you like to do. I expose you all the time. I don't know how more people don't talk about this. It's probably just because you got little fanboys in the chat that just blow smoke up your butt the whole time, just trying to look cool, trying to get mentioned on this podcast. You love to pick dudes who shouldn't win. That way, when they win, it's like, oh, well, nobody had them. I mean, look at me. I'm the greatest guy ever. I chose them, and nobody else picked them. And then if they lose, it's all, well, they were supposed to lose. I mean, it was a great fight. And then you brush it under the rug like you didn't get anything wrong. Miller, you get fights wrong all the time.
UFC 276, I swept that card. That was like about a month ago. UFC 276, I swept that card.
And I actually had money on it. Not only did I actually sweep it, I actually had bets on it. Where
you had Barberena beating Lawler? You had Barberena beating Lawler?
No, I had Robbie.
Okay, and Barberena won.
That
So
fight
you
was
didn't sweep
weak.
that card. See, look, you just
that
lie
was
so
weak.
much.
You didn't sweep that card.
I swept that card.
No, you didn't.
I'm gonna get the screenshot of my boy that
Show
I
me
picked
your
all the
bet.
fights for him. I swept that card.
Unless you're making money
I
off of
promise
it,
you.
I can care less.
I
You saw like
promise you.
999 in the chat.
I
Just talking
promise.
about, I've got the last 30 fights wrong. Anybody can say that when they don't have a history of it.
I
Anybody
promise
can say
you-
that when they're not making bets on it.
I promise you, I swept that card. 999, by the way, will be accepting calls this Saturday, so be here for that. Let's
Nobody
go.
wants to listen to that dummy speak.
Cole
He doesn't even
says-
know what he's talking about.
Cole says Edwards via unanimous decision, which is interesting. I wouldn't even pick Hamzat versus Usman. Hamzat looks human nowadays. Well, I'm just saying I would like to see it. But nobody else like poses a threat for Usman. Fun fact, the scientists that discovered the concept of alpha and beta also debunked the concept of alpha and beta, says Beta. Just like that, Usman best
it's
jab.
typical Beta. It sounds like something Beta would say.
Turns out that the alphas were the parents, and it looks more like that in captivity. So basically, Trey has a prison mentality, says Beta Quest. I mean, listen, that man has been off on all his picks. All right, guys, look, let's get out of here.
Are we sure that's not a female talking for Beta right now? It sounds like a woman typing right now. I mean, I'm being dead serious. Congratulations on your transition, Beta, because you sound like a female right now.
Trey. If Jose and Luke Rockhold win, Trey, that's all I'm saying.
Well,
you better
they're
be
not
here
both
Saturday.
winning. I'm sorry.
You better be here Saturday. You better be here
I will.
Saturday. You better be
I'll
here
be in
Saturday.
Washington then. Hopefully I still have good Wi-Fi and stuff. I don't know. I'm going to be out there in the freaking woods out in the middle of nowhere, but I'll call in.
Looks like you're playing with a rubber, by the way.
It is. This is Miller's rubber right here.
Beta says you got more titties than me. Oh my god, bro. Oh my god, bro. Damn.
That dude's not serious.
I'm sorry.
That dude's not serious.
That was little. How are the homers treating you, Trey? Your emotions keep flaring. If it's a Bobby Green situation, then does Aldo fight Vera? What was that card that he was like 0 for 4 last time? Anyway, maybe Aldo fights Vera, but Aldo already beat him. I think Aldo possibly gets the title if he beats Marab. I don't think that's too far fetched. Or the winner between Piotr Jan and O'Malley. So we'll see. Laughing. I think we have to wait to see how it plays out this weekend and take it from there. Or for that fight card.
Marlon don't deserve a title shot. I mean, we're not being serious here.
I think he does.
And Leon don't stand a chance against Usman. I mean, the dude almost got knocked out from Nate.
Cole has been pretty hot, and he says he has Edwards by unanimous decision. I like the boldness, Cole. I like it.
That dude's an idiot. I've never seen him be right one time in the chat. He's a moron. He's always sending dumb stuff in the chat.
Speaking of John
I've never
Jones,
seen him be right one time.
He's been right a lot, actually, Trey. But see,
No,
that's your
he
problem,
hasn't.
That you don't tell the truth.
That dude's a moron.
Trey, let me flex for a second. One, you have an Eagles football shirt, so I'm in Philly. So
I went to high school. You know what I'm saying? We were the Eagles. Hey, three-peat. We were the first school to three-peat. I was the all-conference lineman, middle linebacker, absolute stud. Just know who you're talking to when you're talking to me. That's what I want you to understand. I'm better than all of you. I'm above all of you. So know who you're talking to. Every time y'all speak to me, y'all look up. Y'all would do anything for me to mention your name on this screen.
Whitaker versus Izzy 2. You were 1-4 on that fight card. I gotta look at that fight card. I can't wait to talk about that. Trey, let me flex for a little bit. Yo, you know that Cormier versus Cormier short I made? It has over 500,000 views.
Is it really?
Can you believe that?
The one I told you everything to say on and gave you all the information on?
This guy just loves lying.
Are you talking about that one?
Can you believe that?
Can you just clear it up for me? Are you talking about the one I gave you all the information on? I told you what to say. You talking about that video?
I wish you would have put me onto something that much. The shorts are killing.
Video, right?
Shorts are killing. Shorts is the way to go.
Shorts is the way to go.
So 100%. Any segment we have in this stream, like in this podcast, we're about to wrap it up. Any highlights or clips that you might like, Trey, let me know, and then I'll clip it and I'll do all the work like I usually do, and then I'll post it.
Yeah, you can go ahead and let everybody know Usman is the best fighter at welterweight division in the history of the division.
If he beats Edwards, yeah. If he beats Edwards, we can talk about it.
He's already beat him, so go ahead and make the video.
No, but this
Leon
matters.
couldn't even stand up the whole time against Nate. Nate was done. Look, fried, and Nate still almost knocked that bum out.
He won all 5 rounds, all 24 minutes until that very last 30 seconds.
Bully Leon. It's gonna be bad. He's gonna
He might bully Leon.
So
Yeah.
It's gonna be a quick fight.
I just want to wait and see what happens.
Miller, he bullies Leon. He goes out there and whoops him, and then what? And then what are we talking about?
Then he has tied for the most consecutive wins in a row with Anderson Silva. And then you start talking about being the GOAT, but there's a name out there, Trey. George St. Pierre has more title defenses. I'm just
when you say you're putting him up in there in names with Anderson Silva. They put you know how many people put Anderson Silva in their Mount Rushmore of the UFC?
Yeah.
They're putting him up there with him.
That's fair. I'm saying it's fair.
That's because he's the best, one of the best fighters in UFC history, the best in welterweight history, hands down. It's not even a debate anymore. You can look at his resume. He's absolutely lapping dogs who would have been competitors and who would have been nice in the welterweight back in the day.
That's fine, but I'm just saying the title defense. How much?
That's fine.
How much?
That's fine. Whatever. Who cares?
Record title defense. Let me look it up for you real quick, just in case you're curious. George St. Pierre, 8 consecutive title defenses. Kamaru Usman, right?
Can we just name those guys? You talking about George St. Pierre, the dude who lost the title to Matt Serra? A dude who they were literally doing the Ultimate Fighter and saying whoever wins the Ultimate Fighter can go fight George St. Pierre, and then he loses to the guy who won it.
Usman only 5.
We're talking about he's the GOAT.
Usman only 5 title defenses. George St. Pierre.
Yeah, look
I can name you some. I can name you some names. BJ Penn, big win. Dan Hardy. Jake Shields was a problem. Carlos Condit, Nick Diaz in 2013. Michael Bisping.
Yeah, when he was about to get banned from the UFC. Yeah, I remember that.
Michael Bisping, Koscheck.
Michael Bisping, come on. Michael Bisping was not that nice.
Penn twice.
Michael Bisping was not that nice in the UFC.
Matt Hughes, John Fitch, Thiago Alves.
I won't even make the joke. We don't even gotta get started on him. I won't say nothing about him. But
Johnny Hendricks.
Miller, please shut up.
Johnny Hendricks.
Stop talking right now.
The big rig. Michael Bisping is a big name. Carlos Condit, Jake Shields, Koscheck.
Michael Bisping is a big name because of what he's done after the UFC.
Koscheck, BJ Penn, big names.
And Condit.
Big names.
Carlos Condit used to, yeah. Now look at Usman.
Nick Diaz, 2013.
Right before he was about to get kicked out of the UFC. Yeah, congrats. When he was smoking more than he was fighting. Yeah,
we'll look at Usman's record real quick, and then we'll get out of here.
Look at it, please. Okay, go ahead and name those names.
I named only title defenses. Are we doing that with Usman or what?
Colby Covington, like we can just go ahead and put him at the top of everybody you just named. We go ahead and put him at the very top of everybody you just named for GSP.
Colby Covington is one really, really good name. He's at the very top of that list. But what other names are you giving him? Masvidal twice? What's Masvidal's record?
Masvidal
35-16.
That's what I'm saying. He's been in. He's seasoned. That boy is probably a Hall of Famer, to be honest.
Tyron Woodley, who got kind of exposed after a while. All he has is that right hand if he can't land it.
He got exposed from Usman. Usman's the one who ruined his career. Remember how dangerous and scary Tyron Woodley used to be? Everybody used to talk about him. He was the guy.
Gilbert Burns
came up and ended his career.
Gilbert Burns is not even naturally a welterweight. So
Gilbert Burns is being listen. Gilbert Burns is beating probably every dude, but he's probably beating every dude you just named that had to fight against GSP.
He's not beating GSP though.
He's going to be more of a challenge than he was to Usman. He got
dominated. Listen, that furthers my claim that GSP is the GOAT of the welterweight division.
Bro, you're naming better dudes.
He only has 1, 2, 3, 4. He only has 5 title defenses. 2 of them really good against Colby, but 2 of them are against Masvidal. I don't like. That's not impressive to me. Gilbert Burns, okay, that's 2 names: Colby, Gilbert, and then winning the title against Woodley. Okay,
he didn't just win the title against Woodley. He ruined his career. He ruined his career.
Willie was on a decline after that. But besides that, I think
lost to GSP. That's what I'm trying to tell you.
I think GSP.
No, shut up. Kobe's beating every dude.
I think GSP's record outweighs him.
Bro.
Outweighs Usman and has a lot more 8 title defenses.
Has Usman lost?
No, he hasn't lost.
What are we talking about?
But George St. Pierre avenged.
He lost to Matt Miller. He lost to Matt Sarah.
And he
you know Tough? Do you know Tough, the Ultimate Fighter?
Yes, and he avenged that loss. He avenged that loss, right?
Listen, GSP had nobody to fight in their division because it was so trash that they would have the Ultimate Fighter, and whoever won the Ultimate Fighter got to go fight GSP. And guess what?
Your mic cuts out when you.
Guys who won it, Matt Sarah, beat one of those guys who won it, Matt Sarah. Did you hear me that time? Beat GSP in the biggest upset in history of the UFC. And we're talking about he's better than Usman. Usman wouldn't have lost to Matt Sarah.
And George St. Pierre knocked him out in the second round in the rematch. He avenged every loss. So what are we talking about here?
Guess how many losses Usman's avenged? 0, because he hasn't had to, because he wins every fight.
He lost a fight, a professional fight. So I know that's a shocker for you. You might want to Google that. Like I know.
How many times did he lose the belt? How many times he lost the belt?
You feel a little dumb. Just
how many times did he lost the belt?
You feel just a little dumb.
How many times did he lost the belt?
It's okay. He has.
When did he lose? When did he lose?
A long
when
time ago.
When he was a nobody, when he was fresh, when he just joined the UFC,
Trey, he hasn't lost a belt, but he has 3 less title defenses than GSP. Just throwing that out there. I'm not trying to take away from Usman's greatness. I'm just saying. I'm just saying.
No. Wait. So who, besides Colby, because he's already won one time and they hold him, who in the welterweight division even stands a chance against Usman? And I'll wait.
That who faced?
Who even stands a chance? Usman. Who stands a chance? You said he has 3 less defenses than GSP. So obviously, okay, you're saying, well, he's got to defend 3 more times, and then he'll be at GSP's level, which he's already clearly past it, way past it with the talent
he's not. He's not.
The way he's won and everything, the dominance he's displayed.
Let's
see. The best pound for pound fighter in the UFC, right? Okay, so who in the welterweight division does he have to beat? Again, does he have to beat again because he's already beat the whole division? Who does he have to beat again for you to say, okay, he's the best? Who stands a chance against him? He's going to have 30 title defenses by the time his career is done.
I would like to see him beat Hamzat, fresh blood.
Easy.
Hamzat had a tough fight his last fight, but at the end of the day, he won. He has to be okay. That's why I said let's wait till after this weekend. He has to be Leon. He has to be Hamzat. Those are 2 good names. 2 good names.
All right. First of all, let's just say this: after this weekend, he's only gonna need 2 more defenses in your book. Okay,
right. Hamzat.
So then you're starting to tread on thin ice, and it ain't like oh well, he had to earn it. No, I've been telling you the whole time this dude's the best welterweight in history. You've been telling me no. It ain't
Hamzat?
like now I'm on his side because he had to earn it. He had to get 8 defenses or whatever it is. I'm
saying he's right there. I'm saying it's arguable, but it's very arguable right now.
He's so far past it. It's not even funny. He's so nice. He's beaten
so far past.
Twice.
So far past what? So far past what?
So far past. What do you mean? So far past what?
He's so far past his division, yes, but he's not so far past as being the GOAT of the division because there's a name like GSP.
He is.
No, there's GSP still. No. Has more title defenses.
There's a reason GSP wouldn't come back and fight him because he knows if he was to get in the octagon with Kamaru Usman, he would have his career, his legacy, and everything about his life tainted for the rest of his life.
GSP's older.
Forever.
I think you give him Bilal like 2 more fights of I think you give him a Bilal, a Neal, a Hamzat. You do that, then okay, we have a conversation. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying, Trey.
Listen.
That's all I'm saying, Trey. I need to see more. That's it.
I need to see more. He needs to beat Bilal Muhammad to be the GOAT.
No, he just needs to add. It's not. Listen, Trey. It's not only. No. Wait, Trey. Hold on a second. Hold on. It's not about Bilal. It's about he needs more title defenses. It's about more title.
Give him Bilal and I'll say the GOAT.
Give him Hamzat, Bilal. A few. Some different names. It gets
Listen, you
interesting.
know what happened? Breaking news. New fight made. Usman versus Bilal. People would be like, well, oh, there goes Bilal. Oh, that sounds like a great fight. Usman versus Bilal. Yeah, wonder who's going to win that. Nobody even bats an eye at that. Nobody even questions that. Everybody knows what would happen. He would finish Bilal.
What will happen with Hamza? What would happen with Hamza?
Who Bilal dogged by not too long ago? Who was that?
Who what?
Who did Bilal Muhammad just get dogged by not too long ago?
Your mic keeps cutting out.
Who did? Can you hear me?
Now I could, yes.
Who did Bilal Muhammad just get dogged by a couple fights ago?
Nobody.
So he's on a win streak.
Yeah, he's on a 3-fight win streak. Maya, Stephen Thompson, Vicente Luque.
Who did he? I remember seeing his face absolutely tore. It's like he got tore up
when he got eye poked. See, that's your problem, Trey. You just say things. You just let me just say this, and maybe I won't get caught in my lie. Oh, you know what? Miller actually knows that never happened. Oh, the chat picked out Usman did lose once.
You think I'm just saying?
Usman never lost. Usman never.
Oh, he just got dogged.
You're asking who?
I said who?
Nobody. You're saying he got dogged by somebody, and it hasn't. No, but he hasn't been dogged. His last loss was Jeff Neal. What was that? 2019. He fights Sean Brady next, which gets kind of interesting. Look.
Oh God, yeah. Here we go.
Sean Brady, Kamaru. Who knows?
Guys,
hit the thumbs up if you haven't already.
Maybe I'm just seeing into the future. Maybe I'm just seeing into the future, and I'm projecting what's going to happen.
Maybe Trey. Maybe you just got caught in a lie, like you usually. Usman never lost. Hey, he actually has a loss on his record, but this is your problem.
You couldn't name who it was. You couldn't name who it is.
You're what people will call. You're what people will call a casual. And that's why I'm here to help you. I'm here to help you. You've been like, I don't know, 3-27 in your last 30 fights.
No disrespect. I'm not trying to hate on anybody in here. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to come at anybody's pockets, but I made more money off the UFC this year than anybody in this chat or you have made off their main job that they work. Okay, I want y'all to know that.
And is that because you don't bet on the fights that you predict here?
No.
Because if you did, if you did, you would have lost. Trey,
maybe I get one fight wrong, and then y'all raise hell about it and talk about it the whole time.
Trey, you get a lot of fights wrong. I guess
I'm the best. Miller, I am the best capper in the UFC, in the whole entire game of the UFC for capping and picking fights. I am number one.
If Jose and Rockhold win this weekend, oh man, I just. Trey, I can't wait. That's all I'm saying. You saw my MillerDC light. I'm gonna have it up here for the stream on Saturday. Can't wait for that. That's gonna look professional, guys. Anyways, that was random. I just had to bring that up. Trey, it's great to have you here, being wrong about mostly everything. I didn't feel confident. I didn't feel confident with the Rockhold pick, but now I kind of do. Jose Aldo, that's a toss up. Merab. I don't feel too confident about that. We both have Usman, so that gets a little interesting. Let's see how this weekend plays out. Real quick, Kyle was asking, who do you have for Usyk versus Joshua? I don't know if you follow that at all. Anthony Joshua. And,
I'll take Usyk. I'm not an Anthony Joshua fan. I think he's a bum. I think he's a herb. When he lost to Andy Ruiz, I was so happy because, this guy's not serious. First of all, let me give a shout out to my dude, Michael, the bounty hunter, the #1 American heavyweight in boxing. That's my guy. We met in Vegas. He's a cool dude. He's next up, so it don't matter about none of these dudes.
Listen, can I ask you something? Let me just read something to you before we get out of here. Oh, look at this Karen. So look at him. Anyways, let me just read you something. Beta says, "No, Miller, I need you to address calling the man with the most bantamweight finishes a herb, but Derek Lewis is a Hall of Famer. That's Trey for you. That's Trey." He discredits anytime. Wait, Trey. Anytime Trey gets a pick wrong, which is a lot, he discredits the win. Sean O'Malley loses. Oh, if he didn't fall, it's a bunch of what ifs. If he didn't fall, he would have won. If Pavlovich wouldn't have landed, Derek Lewis would have won. Duh, of course. Like he does that we're starting to catch on to Trey. He does that a lot. Trey, your final moment before we get out of here.
You were this close to getting out of a stream and not sounding like a complete moron, Beta. You were this close. You're talking about Derek Lewis. You were talking about finishes and everything. He has the most knockouts in UFC history, brother. He is a Hall of Famer.
Yeah, you're 0-4 in picking his fights.
Than anyone in the sport, all the way back, dating back, Rampage Jackson, Rashad Evans, all of them, more knockouts than any of them.
What did that do for him in the biggest fights of his life against the biggest names? Nothing.
Well, here's the thing: against the biggest names, he's beaten. You know how many big names he's beaten?
You know how many big names he's lost to? When it matters most, Cyril Gane.
Not very many. If you look at his record, I would say his wins heavily outweigh his losses.
Yeah, he's like 27. Yeah, but not because of big names. He's lost to big names.
He's beaten big names.
He's beaten a lot of nobodies.
He's beaten a lot of no. Oh, Miller, you're not serious, dude.
Yes.
You're not serious.
Travis Brown, Roy Nelson,
Big Country,
Marcin Tybura.
Whoa.
He beat
Roy Nelson like he's a nobody. You talking about Big Country? Don't you start disrespecting Big Country now? He
beat Francis Ngannou, which was probably the most boring fight of all time.
Yeah, you know why it was boring. Because Francis doesn't do anything. He walks like a zombie in the ring. He's a bum. He sucks.
Big Country's 22-14. That's horrible. Anyways,
I know you're not.
He loses to all the big names: Cormier, JDS, Cyril Gane, Tai Tuivasa, Pavlovich. He loses to the big names.
How many times did Cormier lose? How many times did he lose?
His wins aren't against big names. That's all I'm saying. His wins aren't against big names.
Oh my God, bro!
It's the truth.
His losses are against huge names. Huge names, Hall of Famers,
Tai Tuivasa, Cyril Gane, they're not huge names. They're up-and-comers. Pavlovich, they're up-and-comers. He
was slurping Ty before he fought him. What do you mean? And now he's a nobody, and he was over there slurping Ty.
I'm not saying he's a nobody, but he's not a legend. He's not a legend.
Yes. He has the most knockouts in UFC history.
That Mike Perry fight.
He has the most knockouts in UFC history.
What is that date? That's a BKFC fight.
This weekend.
Is it this weekend? There's a lot of freaking fights this weekend. I hope they don't clash as far as time because I'm going to try to cover. Trey, any last thoughts? I need to get out of here. I've been live for an hour and a half, and that's your fault.
I'm signing off. Here's the thing. I'm sorry. Listen, I'm sorry, all you bums. I know you were scared and panicking.
Damn, Trey, you got school today. I'm sorry. I interrupted you a lot, but you got school today. I'm sorry, like really bad. Really bad.
Sound like an idiot about Usman.
Really bad.
Beta comes in here and sounds like a moron about Derek. Y'all don't even know what y'all are talking about when it comes to that. And y'all are talking about finishes and stuff. What a moron. Way to mention finishes when you're talking about Derek when he has the most knockouts in the UFC history, you idiots. I mean, that's casual stuff right there if I've ever heard of it. Now listen, I will sweep this card this weekend. I will be right about every fight. Yeah. Jose will lose. Rob is next up. He will dog him. Luke Rockhold is getting sent in retirement, going to the nursing home with Dominic Cruz and Frankie Edgar. They're all done. That's the end of an era. I can't believe we're still talking about this era. I mean, that was years ago. That was a decade ago when they were actually relevant. Nobody even talks about them anymore. Nobody ever thinks they're going to be a challenger. Nobody thinks they're going to be a competitor. Usman is the best welterweight in UFC history. He will smash GSP. He has better names. He's laughing the division. GSP was getting beat by dudes who won the tough episodes.
The only good argument you made today.
Who won the Ultimate Fighter season. He was getting dogged by them. Matt Serra knocked that boy out. Now listen.
The only good argument you made today.
I'm sorry y'all didn't get to see me. I know everybody was panicking, thinking, oh my God, I can't see Daddy. My daddy's not going to be here and everything. It's just like he's going to the gas station. He's not coming back. Well, guess what? I came in. I saved the day. I woke up for y'all. I came. I schooled y'all again. Y'all don't know what y'all are talking about when it comes to this. I do. I will sweep this card again. I am the man. I'm the source. I'm the one who gets it done. I'm Mr. Intel. Y'all are going to stop disrespecting people like me. You're going to start realizing, hey, I'm on top. You're below me. Every time you speak to me, you look up. Now, listen, I'm out of here, okay? I'll see you again next week. Don't forget, support the 2A, baby. Hey, and I'm gone. Thank you. Thank you, all my sons. I'm better than all of you, and remember that.
I'm sorry to put you guys through that. Episode 14 is in the books. This weekend, Usyk versus Joshua. I think that starts like at 12 p.m. Eastern, if I'm not mistaken. It's an early one. Because it's overseas, I think. If anyone knows, let me know in Discord or in the chat right now before I get out of here. No, he's a Hall of Famer, Leroy. Don't get me wrong, but he's a Hall of Famer, but he's not as great as Trey was making him out to be. That's not my point. Breathing through your nose and understand. You're calling the boogeyman of the bantamweight division. Yeah, he just went on a tangent, but you know that's what Trey does, guys. Episode 14 is in the books. Whale Rider, my guy, is Aldo Morath 5-rounder? No, I think it's a 3-rounder. I think it's a 3-rounder. I'm not sure, but I would have to double check. Jamal Hill, number 4 ranked fighter, gets Ankalaev. That could get interesting. That could get really interesting, guys. Thank you for another fun episode. This is only episode 14. Look how fast we're growing. We're at 5,900 subscribers. We're almost at 5,000 or almost at 6,000, guys. We're a few numbers away. 5,908 now, so we're 92 away from 6,000. That's crazy. Guys, we were at like 3,000 a year ago or something. I don't know. We just been growing so fast. Guys, thank you for all the support. I truly love you guys. I'm thinking if you guys can help me just real quick, because the only ones that are here are the loyal ones. I'm thinking about adding another live stream weekly. I know I'm doing the Mondays with Trey, but maybe we could do like a Thursday by myself, maybe like a 20-minute stream, 30-minute stream. If there's anything interesting that I could do, guys, please let me know. If you like that idea, let me know in Discord or in chat, whatever, like, or Instagram, if you guys would like that. I think adding another live stream would be cool, because I only stream on Mondays and then fights on Saturdays, but sometimes there's not fights on Saturdays, so there's only a Monday stream. If I could add it, I would like to add maybe one more. We just sit back and talk, maybe analyze fights, whatever. I don't know. If you guys have any good ideas, or if you guys like that idea, please let me know in Discord. Giving my picks in the call. Yes, please, live and call this Saturday. That should be a lot of fun. And give your picks. I'll make sure I have the phone lines open. I'm out of here, guys. I just figured out. Let me know if you guys want to add like a Thursday or something like that, if possible. If I can make it happen, we'll see. But I need like good ideas in order for what to stream. Beta, Whale Rider, Leroy, Laughton 999, all the loyal ones, Cole, Kyle. Can maybe do a quick live picks. Yeah, that'll be cool. Yeah, something like that. Like, Whale, please let me know. Like, write me a message on Discord or whatever. Like, I like that idea. Like a quick giving my picks or whatever. We'll talk soon. I know I'm rambling. Let me get out of here before the wife kills me. I think she's hungry. Oh, if you guys could, there's not many people here, so no families here. If you guys don't know, or friends that I know IRL, but I'm gonna have a second kid. Only you guys know. There's only like 8 people here, 8 people here. So she's like hungry again. So I might have to get her some food, but don't tell nobody because that's a secret. But more Miller, the better. Yeah, I'm thinking about like a Thursday night maybe. Like a quick 20-30 minute stream. I think that'll be fun. Like a MillerDC live chat stream or something. I don't know. We'll call it something weird like that. Let me know. So let me get upstairs before the wife kills me because she's not feeling good. We'll talk soon. I love you guys. God bless. We'll talk soon. Episode 14 in the books. Much love. God bless. Peace.